everyone. It's your king, the absolute king Dylan here. And I got a new video here today about Survivor. So, season 50 in the hands of the producers and celebrities who don't actually watch the show. Thank you so much, Billie Eilish, for being a part of season and giving nothing but good compliments about it, not just totally ignoring the season. Where was I? Oh, yes, the season. Today, I am going to go over the whole season as a sort of analysis and recap of where the dynamics and how the season went. I should be specific. I'm not talking about advantages here today. For one, they didn't affect anything except putting a target on someone and only helping Siri out for one vote. I'm going over relationships, who was connected to who and who was targeting who. I'm going to go over tribe by tribe in the pre-merge. For the record, I don't mention the tribe names. I know it's Kalo and Value and the last one that always sucked, but I'm only doing tribe colors to make it simple. Then I'm going over the merge dynamics, then revising everyone's game in a quick summary at the end. I will also say who I thought would have been voted out of a tribe went to one more tribal council. That's a question I have every season of Survivor. It's interesting to know. Just by the way, I wasn't there. I only watched what was in the show and the exit interviews, so I might not know everything. I'm trying my best. I hope you like it. So now, let's do In the Hands of the Producers and Celebrities. On the Orange Tribe, controlled by three of Christian and Rick Devens and Emily, while Siri and Ozzy linked up, Jenna and Joe and Savannah had no true number one allies. Christian stoked Jenna against Siri, and Emily wanted out. Ozzy to keep that rivalry still in. But then Christian came around to wanting Siri, making her their alliance's fourth. And Jenna went out with Savannah and Joe, the only ones close to her, but couldn't firm up. And same thing to Savannah with Joe. Before out, one more tribal council visit would see either Joe or less likely Ozzy go. Teal Tribe centered around trio Camila and Dee and Tiffany versus trio of Coach and Jonathan and Chrissy, who were secured before game, but Coach didn't warn Chrissy while still on tribe with her. Mike White and Charlie in middle with Coach, thinking both were with him, while Charlie says he was tight with Mike White and wanted to work with First Alliance of the girls. A tribal council visit would see Chrissy go, while other trio would target Dee. Purple Tribe had Kyle at the center, with everyone thinking they are close to him, but the dominant alliance was a duo of Genevieve and Kyle to a duo of Colby and Stephanie to make a four group that added Q to it. And though Rizzo was on the outs with Colby, he then became added to the group after Kyle's departure, all while Aubry and Angelina had no one else but each other. And they thought Kyle, but Aubry said she wasn't attached to Angelina. A tribal council visit would see Angelina targeted by laziness and weakness, or Aubry because no trust her, but idle play gets rid of Genevieve. Tribe swap. New Purple Tribe has Christian and Emily duo locked, while Quan Stephanie duo lock all, while Mike White's only ollies are Angelina and Christian and Ozzy Tulser extent, while Ozzy is working with Emily, now close, and wants Mike White as primary ollie, and all has connection to Stephanie and Q, but willing to cut call, while Emily at first looks like folding into Con Stephanie, but turns around then to help Angelina, but being fine to cut. Harrinan votes Q because everyone turned on him, Mike White, because Christian turned on him while Mike White was trying to take out Emily. Then Angelina goes being outside to duos. So one more tribal council would see Ozzy or Stephanie go, depending on whether Christian wanted Ozzy longer or Stephanie was only a temporary ally. New Orange Tribe has Charlie and Jonathan connect as number ones, thinking Dee and Camilla on side, but they want nothing to do with those two pivoting to Rizzo and Siri, who are now a duo. All while Rick Devens is only close to Siri, but she doesn't let him in on vote, so he's only close to Charlie and Jonathan. Duo leaving Rizzo and Siri on outs of Makes Believe core group, but other way around in Charlie and Jonathan. So another tribal council visit would see Jonathan go. New Teal Tribe saw alliance of Coach and Colby, and Joe form with Colby, bringing Genevieve in, who bond with Joe, and Coach bringing Chrissy in. So outsiders Aubry and Tiffany linked up. A tribal council visit would see Aubry the target, but play idle. Merge. Blood Moon Split saw Jonathan between Tiffany and Camilla, who just betrayed him. And he wasn't with on Original Tribe, but they think he wants to play with them because working together on New Tribe, but that was all a trick. An other duo of Chrissy and Stephanie, who he had pre-game alliance with, so Camilla goes. Christian and Rick Devens seem like they want to take out Aubry for Boomerang Idol, but she says she's playing Idol, so they are not targeting her. And on her side, with her to take out a no connection with person Genevieve, whose only ally Joe doesn't risk himself for. Coach and Colby the options of Dee and Emily and Siri, because Dee and Emily played last time together. Dee and Siri connected on post-swap tribe. Siri and Emily were in original tribe alliance. So Colby goes for bigger threat. Normal merge. Coach and Jonathan and Stephanie and Chrissy and Joe are big five, but Joe doesn't seem close to Chrissy or Stephanie, all while wanting to add Rizzo to group and thinking Siri is with them. Christian and Emily and Rick Devens think Siri is with them. Siri and Ozzy and Rizzo playing all sides, everyone thinks they are with them. Aubry has no real connections but Rick Devens. Tiffany and Dee have no one else, while Dee is targeted for being winner. Emily reveals secret of Dee either on purpose, wanting to cut her, which the secret turns post-swap troops alliance with Siri and Rizzo against her. Dee eliminated. Twist had duos being voted out. Chrissy and Coach are in sane alliance. Aubry and Rick Devens are perceived as same alliance, but Aubry is really floater. Rizzo and Emily don't seem to close, but Emily in alliance targeted by alliance of five, while Rizzo is barely attached to them. Ozzy and Rizzo at first looking to go with alliance of five, but Siri switches them to weakening them. Chrissy and Coach eliminated. Christian and Emily targeting Ozzy, despite having apparently been close to in post-swap tribe, seeing him as true floater, but bring in perceive ally Siri. Siri who turns it against them. Tiffany now close to Siri and Ozzy being attached to the group playing everyone. Aubry turns against Rick Devens, and that alliance now trying to play middle. Siri helping Jonathan's alliance by warning of Christium, so they perceive Siri with them. Christian trying to keep trust of Jonathan despite not working together, actually. Both targeting each other, but Christian not wanting him this round. Christian eliminated. Rick Devens and Emily on bottom of everyone. Jonathan now connecting to Aubry a bit. Jonathan and Stephanie want Ozzy out for big move, but Joe tattles to Siri, despite being in an alliance with those two, all just wanting to take out Rick Devens, so turning Siri against Stephanie. Siri and group and Stephanie and group made up to take out Rick Devens, who had been approached by Jonathan and Stephanie to take out Ozzy, but sensing that wasn't happening, reveals their plans to everyone to turn it on them. Rick Devens safe, so Stephanie tries to turn it on Aubry, but Jonathan doesn't sync with her, which would have destroyed relationship with Aubry. Twist divided into two tribal councils. Siri and Tiffany are really close at this point and wanting to take out Ozzy's idol and wanting to take out Ozzy respectively, but end up in group wanting to take out Rick Devens and Emily duo. Jonathan set on taking out Rick Devens and Emily duo. Rick Devens and Emily understand they don't have numbers, so Emily pretends turning on Rick Devens to be with other group, but they are targeting Siri. Emily eliminated. Jonathan and Joe and Rizzo create final three deal, and Jonathan wants out Ozzy for big move, while Joe and Rizzo turn on Ozzy when Ozzy tries to jury, manage to Aubry, who reveals Ozzy's game plan that doesn't include Joe and endangers Rizzo of everything being revealed. So Rizzo doesn't want to become target if he is aligned with Ozzy the next round. Ozzy eliminated. Everyone is against Rick Devens, so nothing else can sideways that. Tiffany does want out Rizzo, but no one wants him out because he's either ally or easy jury beat to people. Final three of Jonathan and Joe and Rizzo, plus Aubry, who specifically wants Siri out. The trio know they can't win against in jury vote with Aubry, but can beat in challenge, putting Tiffany and Siri on bottom. Both Siri, then Tiffany eliminated. Aubry is target if doesn't win, but she does win. Then Aubry wanting Rizzo out because he has underdog story like her, plus either Joe or Jonathan being on jury, is another vote for the other. Aubry's game is a relationship game, connecting to everyone after final 13 and 12, she then getting in tight with everyone, included in every vote. Jonathan's game is having his alliance control final 14 and 11 votes, but losing allies in final 13 and 12 vote, then again final 10 vote being forced to vote ally, then being a part of both final 9 and 8 votes and riding to end in final 3. Joe was a goat to Jonathan and Rizzo and Aubry. Rizzo a part of alliance with Siri and Ozzy while being in with Coach alliance, but turning in them, then he cuts his alliance with Ozzy and Siri for Final Four he had. Tiffany, after de-elimination, was largely just being a part of Siri's games, but she didn't get her way with the Emily vote at Final 11 or was a part of Ozzy vote or got Rizzo targeted. Siri played everyone with everyone thinking she was on their side except Jenna, then Charlie, but all those who perceived her an ally didn't want to go to final tribal council with her. So her main allies were Ozzy and Tiffany who did, and Rizzo kind of being a part of it, but by the end game, no one wanted to go farther with her but Tiffany. Rick Devens and Emily and Christian alliance was seen as floaters, but were just the main opposition to Jonathan's alliance. So once Siri, who they thought was with them, turned against them, they got picked off until end. Ozzy was being dragged by Siri, just a part of what she was a part of. Stephanie and Coach and Chrissy were all basically just Jonathan's allies who were targeted over him. Ozzy's connection to Emily and Christian only extended to Swap Tribe and was over at Merge. Ozzy and Stephanie alliance was only for Swap Tribe until Merge. Dee was targeted for being winner plus coach, and Jonathan knew she wasn't with them and were afraid of her. Colby was in with Coach's alliance and had Genevieve and Rizzo, but was separated from allies. Genevieve had allies with Colby and his alliances, but was separated from allies. Camilla turned against Charlie, who thought her alliance was with him, then get turned on for betrayal. I just want to say justice for Charlie achieved. Taylor Swift, rejoice. Your chosen warrior and champion has been avenged. Nah, but I'm serious. I found it so stupid that Camilla and Dee targeted him despite Charlie saying he wanted to work with the girls on Kahlo. Instead, they chose Rizzo. How'd that work for you, Dee? Camilla got the vengeance that was coming for her after screwing Jonathan. They shit themselves in the foot. Charlie was turned on by the alliance he wanted to play with when on Swap Tribe, and his only allies were the boys he was with. Angelina had no one but Aubry, who distanced herself from her, and Mike White, who was taken out before her. Mike White had allies on both trios in Original Tribe, then tried protecting old season ally, but other old season ally didn't want to roll with that trio. Q was separated from Majority Alliance on Original Tribe to being in group that didn't connect to him in early days and saw him as threat thanks to pregame. Savannah never had chance being former winner. Only people could have worked with were Jenna and Joe as the only other outsiders from Main Alliance. Kyle was connected to everyone on Original Tribe but left not due to anything in game. Jenna thought allying with Christian and tried with fellow outsiders, but Siri won. And that's it. I tried my best understanding the dynamics. I hope you are all satisfied. I'm going to try to do the same for past seasons to help understand them better. Maybe I'll do videos for them in the future. Before I leave, I just want to say I wished Jonathan won. I know Aubry is the more fan favorite, but I'll be honest. I always liked Michelle better. I didn't like the most strategic player getting screwed by the more social one. That came to bite me with Charlie and Kenzie. But I didn't think Jonathan was more in charge of the game than Aubry. He had the Dubai 3 alliance. Aubry was just their fourth they didn't want in the end. But that's just my opinion. And as we all know, my opinion is the only opinion that will ever matter. I am your king after all. But this is the end of the video. Goodbye.